Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where most of the bars that I'm going to chat with you about today are live and able to be purchased, including BBMB, Valentines, and the new bar for January, our scent of the month. So let's just dive right in. Now, it's been 2 weeks since I did a What I Have Been Warming video because of the holidays and because of Bring Back My Bar. So I have not all the Bring Back My Bars that I have warmed in the last week. I have rewarms for this. If you want every single Bring Back My Bar and my initial warm review thoughts on them, there are a 2-part video series out. Plus, if you want the cold sniffs, you can watch my husband and I. That is all available for you to help you make decisions. But I've got warm reviews here of ones that I wasn't super sure about and wanted to do a second time in a different kind of space possibly, or just rewarm them in general. Plus, lots of other bars here, stuff from Christmas, it's all over the map. So let's just dive right on in. And Happy New Year, everybody. It's been a couple of crazy days for New Year's weekend. I was going to get my tree down, but I just haven't yet. But it'll get there. Hopefully by the next time I record one of these, it will be just winter, not Christmas in my house most places. So let's just get started here. I'm going to review the Valentines and the scent of the month first, in case any of you guys are curious about that. So the first Valentine's bar is Clementine Blossom. And since he said that this had, let's see here, sugar blossom, pink nectar, and golden citrus, it is absolutely beautiful. My complaint is it's quite light. So I did this in my bedroom. I loved it for a short period of time, and then for me, it just kind of vaporized and died. So is it a pleasant scent? Yes. Will I probably get one more to try it? Possibly. I'm kind of on the bubble about redoing this whole collection. I do have a club, so I'll tell you which of the 3 after I'm done here was my favorite. The second one I'm going to talk about is Starburst Sky, which is gorgeous. I will say that. And since he says that this one is apple, whipped vanilla, creamy coconut, and amber, and it has all those notes. But again, I was struggling with performance with both of these. This one, I put 3 cubes in my warmer last night. Couldn't smell it in my room at all. This morning, I upped the cubes, and I've got 2 warmers in there, and it's not that big of a space, guys, to 5 total cubes in my room between my Birds of a Feather warmer and my Amazing Grace, which are both great performers. I've been walking in and out this morning to try to get a better read on it before I got on to do this video. I can smell it. It's light. It's very elegant. If you are scent sensitive and you want a light, elegant, very intriguing floral, I would say this Starburst Sky might be for you. I think this would get completely lost for me out in a more open space. The citrus one was at least better out the gate. I'm going to see, though, if the Starburst Sky is one of those low rollers that just drags on for hours. And in that case, it might be a lovely bedroom scent, but I have to use, for my preferences, too many cubes to get decent performance. So that leaves Pink Sunshine as the last man standing. Honestly, guys, for me, because I love rose in small doses. I don't like Simply Rose at all. But I like the scent of rose mixed with things. This Pink Sunshine is probably my favorite Valentine's bar that has ever been produced by Scentsy. So go figure. Let me read this to you. Pink Sunshine, lush pear with plum, cashmere, and a glass of rose milk. It's all that. It's so nice. Good medium performer. It's a romantic, fruity floral. It's soft. In some ways, I think I might melt this with cozy cardigan, I might melt it with cozy cashmere, and I will absolutely melt it with apple press. That is what this reminds me the most of. A more demure, more fancy version of apple press because it has the fall fruits plus the roses, and it's soft, and oh, it's so nice. So this one was definitely my favorite on warm. I think I'm going to throw 2 or 3 of these into my club for this month because it doesn't process till the 12th. And I don't know if I'll club this for the long haul because I can't see myself melting it a ton, but I love the scent profile. It's very, very nice. So then this month's scent of the month, and I've got lots of bars of this kicking around. So I've melted like a bar and a half of this. This is Pineapple Rose. Oh, this is nice. And this one would be very complimentary, I think, to either the Clementine one or maybe the Starburst Sky. Or, for sure, it would hold up to the Pink Sunshine, but they're just different. Pink Lemon Water from last year. I have a couple bars in the basement somewhere. All my off-season spring-summer bars are down there. I need to dig one out. If you liked pink lemon water, I think you will absolutely love pineapple rose. So it's just pineapple, Meyer lemon, and rose. Also, if it's a little bit too much rose, you might be able to mix this with lemon sorbet or definitely squeeze the day. Like if you wanted to make squeeze the day fancy, throw some of this in with that, which my husband would probably be mad that I desecrated his favorite scent ever, but I really liked this. And it was a breath of fresh air when I got the kit right before Christmas. Because even though I love my Christmassy scents, with any season, you get a little burned out after a while on the same kind of scents. So this I did in my bedroom. You could absolutely do it out in a medium to large size space because the rose, to me, is not overpowering. Now, again, rose is one of those notes where either you love it or you hate it. And for many people, just even a drop of rose, they're done and they're gone. I thought this was amazing. The nicest January scent of the month I've personally had in ages. I really liked it. I don't know if I'm going to club it because it's one of those, it's a craveable scent for me. I just want a little bit of fancy rose today, so I'll put this in. That pineapple gives it sweetness. It doesn't really scream pineapple at all, but I loved this and am very, very happy that this is our scent of the month. All right, now I'm going to go on to the rewarms of the Bring Back My Bars. First one I want to address is Hazelnut Latte. I have this going in my floored room. I wanted to just see how strong it was or wasn't, so I only have one cube in my Summer Night Sky Warmer. I butchered the name of that. It's Night Sky, the Night Sky Warmer, and my Festive Fir. Both of those are 25 watt, good performing warmers. Probably if I was really going to use this in the real world, because I've only got the 2 cubes left and somebody local might want a sample, I would probably do 2 cubes in 2 warmers and you would get a good medium level bakery scent. It's very nice. It's smooth, it's creamy, it's subtly hazelnut and very subtly coffee, but it's definitely not going to throw more than a medium unless you put in tons of cubes and it's in a medium to small space. So that's my sort of disappointment. Do I like it? Yes. And it reminded me of, I didn't melt this week, but hazelnut frosting. If any of you have this, hazelnut frosting is more bright because it's buttercream, ginger, and hazelnuts. This is like one of my all-time favorite scents that stays in my club, and I don't take it out. It's so good. I'll probably melt some this week. But Hazelnut Latte has similarities of creaminess and hazelnut. This has a coffee undertone. This has a ginger buttercream undertone, but they're similar. So if you always wanted to try hazelnut frosting, and I don't know if we'll ever see that back, grab some Hazelnut Latte and put in enough cubes. So maybe buy 2 bars if you are typically like a 2 cube in the warmer kind of a girl, or 1 cube. And if you're one of those people that dumps a whole bar in, you're going to need 2 or 3 bars. But the scent profile is very nice. It's very comforting. And if it was a really high level performer, I would totally be putting this in my club. I just don't think that it's going to be. So that was very nice. Now next I rewarmed Cranberry Muffin. I love this. It's absolutely going in my club. I just wanted to try it again. It has at times almost like a little bit of a yogurt note, but I don't know. It's an odd note. This bar makes me so happy, but it's a little weird. But it's mostly cranberries and this nice muffin note. I almost get a hint of orange peel just occasionally. It's not in here, or at least it's not in the notes that we get. There's toffee, there's walnut. It's such a happy bakery scent. I want 2 or 3 bars of this, like to be able to warm all over my house. I don't have it right now. I'm going to be waiting. And I wanted to put out there, if any of you are my customers and you're considering getting your Bring Back My Bars, I always have a party open, and that helps me to continue to be able to review and keep purchasing things just throughout the season. So it's just, please know it's appreciated. If you don't have your own open party, when you do order in mine, I really, really thank you for that. And this is the other thing. This was like the big news. Double Hostess Rewards points. I finally got an answer on this. This was the one piece of Scentsy news I didn't have for you. If you have a party open with me, or you would like to have a party open with me in January, you can email me or call me or whatever, and we'll set it up. You get double Hostess rewards. So I had a couple parties open for some ladies who were going to close in January because of Bring Back My Bar. One of them had a really good party, and she has 6 Hostess rewards because everything doubled. So you get half price. Like, there are different ways to do it. But this lady has the opportunity to have 6 plus another thing, and then your free credits and all this. she's going to have the most wonderful time shopping. So if any of you would like to have a party, you have to have at least $200 in your party to make it worth your while. But your half-offs will get doubled in the month of January. You did not have to open it in January, but you have to close it in January to get that particular bonus. And that was what I didn't have clarity on last week. It's a great program. Avail yourself of it if you would like, or with your consultant if you work with someone else. This is available for you through Scentsy this month, and it's a fantastic, fantastic option. That was our like special perk for January. Okay, back to cranberry muffin. Very nice, really enjoy it. It's very good. This one's going in my club. And I had a question from one of my other YouTube consultant friends, Linda H. She wanted to know what I'm going to be clubbing. So I'm going to try to get through these last couple that I've been reviewing and then specifically give you guys a list before I move on and forget. So, fried ice cream, most improved from my second warm. I don't know what it is about bars. Certain bars, like you do that first warm and you don't love it, and I think I put it in the wrong space. I put it in my basement. Usually bars do just fine down there, but all I got out of it was the sort of cornflake aspect of a ball of fried ice cream where you take those crushed cornflakes and all the sugar and stuff and you're going to deep fry it. I put it in my Florida room. 2 cubes in my festive fir. This thing went for 3 days. And over time, I got the caramel, I got the creaminess, I got the cinnamon, I got everything that fried ice cream is supposed to be. My only struggle is it's a very good solid bar. Is it special enough that I want to club it? I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it. If I didn't have a ton of other bakery bars in my club, what is unique about this is that the cinnamon plus the caramel and the sort of fried crispy notes, you don't really usually get those things together. You get caramel or you get cinnamon and icing. You get creaminess plus caramel, but not spice with it. That's what, if this is unique, that's what makes this unique. I did think it was very good for my second warm. Next one I warmed a second time was green tea smoothie. Loved it the first time, loved it the second time. I'm listening to other reviewers. Some of them are getting just the matcha, some of them are getting just the tea, some of them are getting like actually a truly off note where they hate this bar. I don't know, I must be weird. I'm getting peach, I'm getting cranberry, I'm getting matcha, I'm getting ginger. It's amazing. It's medium level at best, that's the only downside. Absolutely clubbed this, and it is, to me, an amazing, fresh, happy scent. Love it. And then last but not least, in the Bring Back My Bar grouping, coconut pumpkin pie. Oh, I wanted this to be good. I used up the whole clam. I did 2 or 3 cubes the first time, and then I think 4 cubes the second warm, so it must have been 4 and 4. I put 4 cubes in the different warmers out in this front room. 2 hours of it's nice, and then it's just gone. I love the scent profile. This is a beautiful, just early fall coconut spice scent. And it just is only medium at best and doesn't really last. Probably I'll get a couple bars because I know that this will be spot on for me in August or September when I'm craving heavy pumpkin, but I don't want to do it. That's the redemption for me for this bar, but I really don't think I can justify clubbing this. It's nice, it just does not perform well enough. So next on my list of all the things that I was doing were what I would call just, normal melts for Christmas and then the week after. And some of these I was also doing Bring Back My Bar bars in with them, but that, like I said, I wasn't going to try to pile all those on the table. This video would be crazy long. So the normal things that we were doing, I did one day where Blue Christmas and Homestead Holiday were mixed in different warmers throughout the house, like alternate warmers, not 1 cube to 1 cube kind of mixing. So Blue Christmas is wonderful, and it has definitely grown on me in scent appeal this particular year because I feel like the newer version of this isn't quite so strong, so I can enjoy it instead of feeling like I need to open all the windows. So I know that it's got fir needle, it's got orange, it's got clove, I think. Very antique, very beautiful, and at the same time, I did more Homestead Holiday. So I think the Blue Christmas was mostly in the dining room and or the kitchen, and the rest of the spaces had Homestead Holiday, which is like one of my top 5, maybe top 3 scents for the Christmas season. So this was blood orange and fir needle and cinnamon stick, so that's why I put them together. They were very complimentary, and it was a wonderful, very Christmassy melt kind of a day. Now we got up to Christmas itself. So Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, day after Christmas. Of course, I had Cozy Fireside going in many warmers for all 3 days. On Christmas itself, we went over to my parents' house and I came back, and the first thing I just got and experienced when I came back home in the evening was the beautiful scent of Cozy Fireside. Oh, it is just my favorite smell. It's my very favorite Scentsy scent ever, and you can't melt it all year, but it's just my favorite scent of all time from this company. I love Winter by Bath & Body Works, which my mother still burns candles. We did that over there. It was fantastic. I love Evergreen by Bath & Body Works. I love a lot. I love Holiday Sage by Yankee also, which you cannot get in a melt. My mom will burn that in a candle over at her house. Those are like my all-time coziest favorite Christmas scents ever, but this is the top one from Scentsy. This is the one I can experience the best in my home. And it's amazing. And if you don't normally watch my channel, the reason that I do not burn candles is because I actually smoke damaged my walls. I was such a candle addict, and my husband said, no more of that. You can repaint everything, but you're never burning a candle again. And, it's safer, it's healthier. Sometimes, though, I just miss the scents that come with some of those candles. But Cozy Fireside with the ginger and the hearth side and the warmth. And it's not really smoky. It's just glowy. It's so good. So I was using that for 3 days, went through, I think, 2 or 3 clamshells of it. It was amazing. So on Christmas Eve, I was supporting that with Christmas Cottage, which, of course, this is the catalog staple where if I didn't have my Cozy Fireside back, which is safely in my club, this would have been the bar I would reach for instead. Because this is the runner-up for me. This is like the feminine version of the warm, cozy Christmas Day smell. So this is Valencia orange, raspberries, and simmery spices, mostly cloves, some cinnamon. I don't really think there's any ginger, maybe some nutmeg. It's so good, you guys. And this is just warmth and rounded and rich and just gorgeous. And as far as I know, it's the best-selling Christmas scent we have, so I'm hoping this will not be going away. Just because I'm paranoid, I'll probably throw it in my club because I do not want to be without it. But between the two of them, if Christmas Cottage were to go away, I'd be very sad, but it wouldn't be like what happened to me with Cozy Fireside. All right, so another bar of Cozy Fireside. Then another day, I think this combination, now that I have them, one in the club and then the other one, I'm debating whether or not to club or just buy a few more. But Saint Nickerdoodle was another one of our Christmas Scents of the Season bars. It's fantastic. At this point, I can't tell you to club it because we're in January and it's gone. I hope you clubbed this. Oh, it's so good, you guys. It's apples, it's powdered sugar, it's baking spices. It's almost like an apple strudel. It's delicious. And to me, this is not Christmas specific. It's very Christmas baked goods-y. But you could totally do this any time of the year too, which to me makes it the standout of our Scents of the Season because it's more versatile. It's a medium throw, so good. And I love it the most in alternate warmers with apple butter frosting, but to make it Christmassy, I love it in alternate warmers with dancing sugar plums. And dancing sugar plums, it's just such a good, solid, medium spiced fruit scent. It's so happy. So it is plum and apple and medium level spices. Very complimentary to St. Nickerdoodle because it's got the apple, but then it has the plum too. And this one I'll melt from like September to March. It's so good. So I am going to have a lot of discussions with myself in February over to club or not to club so many things. So next, I have a couple of cranberry scents that I was doing in different rooms. Snow-Kissed Cranberry is a retired smell that I have had kind of a medium-sized stockpile of. I had 5 or 6 bars, and I usually go through 1 or 2 a year. I'm probably down to 2 or 3 at this point. This was a November scent of the month a few years ago. It's very nice. Now that it has been sitting for so many years, I feel like the actual cranberry note is much stronger than when I first got it, and it was more body care. But I've been mixing it this season with Very Merry Cranberry, which is just your good old standard, very nice Christmas cranberry scent with a hint of cedar. And the two of them together as a mix, and I am talking direct mix, were wonderful. And I did that for a day, mostly in the dining room. And my younger daughter came out and said, "Wow, Mom, what's that cranberry smell?" And it was a direct mix of these two, which I would still be happy to do in January. At the moment, the weather's being really annoying. Last week, it was Christmas. It was snow. It was gorgeous. It was like back in the day when I was a kid. Now, it looks like March and the month of mud, and it's not even the second week of January. Anyway, so back to this. The Snow-Kissed Cranberry with the Very Merry Cranberry mostly strengthened the cranberry sweet note that they both share. It was wonderful. All right. I did some autumn hearth 1 or 2 days within the last 2 weeks. Such a beautiful smell, and I really enjoy this in January. And, living in Michigan, I want January to be cold. I want it to be crisp. I want it to be under 30 degrees so I can melt all my really hardcore spice scents, drink my tea, read a good book, and sit by the fire. That's what you're supposed to do January, February, March in Michigan. Oh, so nice. So this is like the best apple cinnamon scent that we have. I prefer it most of the year to our apple and cinnamon sticks, which, this one is more apple and cinnamon sticks to me than apple and cinnamon sticks, which has oak and white pumpkin. That's a nice smell, but I prefer that like early fall. This one, all throughout the winter. I love it in the cold months. It's gorgeous. So it's got tonka bean, it's got apple, it's got cinnamon, it's got some hearth. Beautiful. All right. Right around Christmas, there are a couple bars here where I just wanted to get through what I'd been holding on to. I didn't quite finish this one, but Hemingway, my director, gifted this to me so that I could use it to profile Pa Ingalls in my little house in the Big Woods melting basket, which was back in August. If you like a good story and you've never watched any of my literary melting baskets, I only do a couple a year. That is really a fun video. This was Pa, and I love the smell, and my director was so sweet to send this to me. And so I wanted to use this right before Christmas in my bedroom. Oh, so good. So it's this really gorgeous masculine apple and warm woody scent. I guess it could be a cologne, but it doesn't have those cold notes. If it was a cologne, my husband doesn't like to wear this kind, but I would ask him to. Oh, it was great. And it was warm and wonderful, and for me, a very nice thing to melt around Christmas because I don't have a lot of it, so it was sort of like a splurge. So we'll probably save this for next year. All right, now, because we are in Bring Back My Bar territory, I wanted to try out Oats and Honey. You can look at my review of Crumb Top. I believe that's in part 1 of my warm reviews. I loved it, but I want to know, is Crumb Top different enough than Oats and Honey that I should or should not club both of them? And I also have forgotten to give you guys, because my video got interrupted, forgot to give you guys my list of things that I was clubbing, which I was saying Linda H. wanted. I was going to put it in the video, blah, blah, blah. I'll do that next. So Oats and Honey. Excellent bar. Will be staying in my club. Is different enough from Crumb Top that I want them both. Oh, man. So good. So this is like a medium level happy bakery smell. It has the golden brown sugar, melty toasty qualities plus actual oats. I feel like Crumb Top is much more streusely. Says there's oats in it, but I'm not smelling it. Does not have an oat scent. It's rich, it's lovely. They're different. This one's deeper. The other one is more buttery and just light and lovely. I'm going to need them both. I cannot substitute one for the other, but I am a bakery lover. So before I forget, what am I putting in my club? My quarterly, which means for me, I always skip the January of my quarterly, so I'll get 3 bars a year unless I have multiple bars, which I usually don't do. I put in Rum Raisin Cookie, Autumn Blaze Maple. I would have put that in my bi-monthly, but now I realize it's enough like a couple other bars that I have that I'm probably not going to need too much of it. I put in Woodland Suede, which may or may not stay there for the long haul. I put in, what else is in my quarterly club? I put a couple more in my quarterly club, and then in my bi-monthly, I've got Apple Press, which may or may not stay the whole time. I have Crumb Top. I've got Autumn Stroll because I want more of that. That bar intrigues me. And I know that I have a total of 11, so of course I should have opened my computer and done this with you guys. But Cranberry Muffin, that one I'm pretty sure went into my bi-monthly. And there are just several that absolutely I clubbed because they were unique. And Green Tea Smoothie, that went into my bi-monthly because I loved it. And Flower Shop went into my quarterly because I'm only going to want like 3 a year. But those are the ones that I just thought were absolutely outstanding. And something like fried ice cream is kind of now on the bubble for me because I do really like it, but it's not... Oh, and Sticky Cinnamon Bun and Spice Berries. I knew there were a couple more. The Sticky Cinnamon Bun's in my bi-monthly, and the Spice Berries is in my quarterly, and I believe that that's everybody. If you guys are counting and I missed one, I'm sorry. But those are the ones that were just standouts for me. I loved them. So Hazelnut Latte, fried ice cream, coconut pumpkin pie, those are ones that, like, they're good, but probably not good enough to go into my club. I'll just get a few. The fried ice cream, though, is on the bubble, because I love bakery cinnamon scents, and they're not that easy to come by where you get enough of the cinnamon and enough of the beautiful bakery, which is why I love sticky cinnamon bun, and people are complaining that, there's no bun. I don't care. It's a bakery cinnamon as opposed to cinnamon bear or cloven cinnamon. So it's an all year round cinnamon scent. I'm loving it. Anyway, let's keep going here. So Cozy Spice, I just grabbed that to have a nice relaxing mellow day towards the end of this week, closer to New Year's. This is a standard in my club, will never come out, because really for me, the scents that stay are the best bakeries, the best spice, and the best fall and winter bars. Those are the ones that are non-negotiable and they do not leave. So Cozy Spice is old. It's a lot of nutmeg. It's a little bit of creaminess. It's excellent. And a really good gentle letdown from the heavy Christmas smells. Now, another one which I have grown to appreciate over the years is cinnamon buttercream. This is, I think, its second or third year. I think it's its second full year in the catalog. Didn't really like it at first. Do think that curing has improved the strength of this bar. It's really mellow and kind of chill for a bakery bar, but rich. So on a day, I might have melted it with Cozy Spice and alternate warmers. I don't remember. Oh, it's so relaxing and comforting, and I'm loving it. So then, on New Year's Day, I put in maple vanilla glaze in all my kitchen warmers and some in the dining room. This is in my club. This one's in my quarterly because it's so sweet. It's like a craveable bar, but not one I'm going to burn tons of. Oh, so good. It just reminds me of all the pancakes and the bacon and the waffles and the coffee and the everything that you have on a Saturday or Sunday morning. It's sweet, it's extremely cloying, and it's fantastic because it's 3 hours of wonder and then it dies, and really that's all you can take with this bar, so it's perfect. And to keep the rest of the day going, maple rum cake in all the warmers in my front room, and of course this thing will go for 2 days. I usually change my wax daily, but this thing will go for a solid 2 days, low, slow, strong, rich, deep. This is in my bi-monthly club because 5 bars a year, because I usually skip my bi-monthly in the summer. It might not even be enough, but I hope it'll be enough. I hope this will come back in the catalog next year, but probably not. Anyway, now what is the last thing in my main spaces? Today, because it is 50-ish degrees outside, I reached for Blackberry Spice, which is so good. If it was frosty outside, it would have gone more like the frosted vanilla and polar bear hug route, but just isn't the way today's going. Oh, this is so good, you guys. It's got so much wonderful blackberry, and I feel like it's got some apple and some blueberry in it. Cedar and spices. For me, it's an all year round bar. Cozy hearth at home, wonderful. But being that it's wintertime, I wanted to amp up the spice. So other rooms have cinnamon bear, and like I've told you before, cinnamon bear is my January spice. It's smooth. And I know for most of you, you're probably like, what? No, it's nose burning. I don't know. For me, it's smooth. Smooth, rich cinnamon. It's just simple and elegant and powerful and comforting to me. So that's all it is. Cinnamon bear is cinnamon. They say it's a touch of clove. My favorite cinnamon blends have bergamot in them. I don't know if this one does or doesn't, but the smoothness is there. I love it. So that brings me to what I was doing in my Florida room. And there were other bring back my bars coming and going in there that I'm not talking about. But over the 2 weeks, I definitely did Sweet Orange and Evergreen out there. And this went to my sister-in-law's Christmas party. I actually smelled the orange because her house isn't saturated with scents like mine is. There aren't hundreds of bars lurking in different places emitting extra smell that probably changes how I perceive things in my home. She has almost nothing. Huge house, one warmer. I brought a second one because it's a Christmas party and you're not going to scent huge high-ceilinged rooms with one warmer. She had clove and cinnamon going. I threw this and something else, and actually I changed it out. But I threw this into her other warmer. I smelled the orange with all the greens. It was even better than what I get in my home because you could smell the orange. This is still my favorite bar of 2022. It's amazing. And I've got 2 in my quarterly club. Won't be coming out. I hope this comes back in the catalog next year. I want a brick. It is the best scent ever for me for last year. And that's topping caramel chestnut, which you guys have heard me raving about. And of course, it doesn't touch Cozy Fireside, but we're talking about new bars. Anyway, so another day I was using up some Just For You for Christmas, and this one is fir needle. Everything is fir and blackberries. It's really nice. This is one I'll melt January and February too. and even November, because it's not exactly Christmas specific with the extra berry note. It's just really comforting and wintry. Very nice. I have maybe one or two of those left kicking around because it comes back in certain like flash sales and extra retired bar offerings and things. Okay, Season of Magic. My favorite Disney licensed bar, probably. There are a couple others I really, really like, but this is just so happy. And children are coming and going in the hallway if you hear all the squeaking of the hinges. Oh, so good. It's sweet, it's crystallized, it's pine, it's sugar, it's amazing. I love it. All right, now this is one where I'm like, it's Christmas time. I'm just going to melt it all. I know I don't have any more. I probably won't get any more, and that is Candied Cranberry Pecan. This was in our catalog, 3 years ago now, and they pulled it? I really like this scent. I wish it was in my club. I don't know why it wasn't in my club. I think it's kind of in the same territory as Breakfast in Bed, where I gambled and then I was regretting it. This was so beautiful. Brandied plum, cranberries, pecans. It's a warm bakery spice cranberry scent, very rich. It's stronger than Dancing Sugar Plums, but it's kind of in the same vein, but with the pecan. Absolutely beautiful. I put all of this in my Florida room because I knew it was nice and cold out there last week, that it would last for several days, and I enjoyed it because it prolonged the scent, and it was truly the very last that I have of this smell ever. All right, I put in a little bit of pumpkin cinnamon swirl in a couple places one day, just trying to try it out against sticky cinnamon bun. Sticky cinnamon bun's got lots more cinnamon. This is just a combination of all sorts of different mellow things. I would definitely say that sticky cinnamon bun plus this would give you a really, really nice pumpkin cinnamon roll. People always say this is a pumpkin cinnamon roll, but I just get I don't get a lot of cinnamon out of this by itself. I love the scent. I'm not criticizing it in any way. It's just, if I really wanted a pumpkin cinnamon roll, I'd put this in with sticky cinnamon bun, and it'd be amazing. So, that was Florida room, now basement. Another one of those where I'm like, just get the clam done, is Jeweled Pomegranate. I probably melted this in the basement the same day I was doing the Cranberry Pecan upstairs and the Very Merry Cranberry. I think I was just doing fruity all over the house. Jeweled Pomegranate is very nice, but at best it's a medium throw. It was a November scent a while ago. The one that I really miss is Dazzling Pomegranate. That was my favorite pomegranate scent ever. I'd love to see that back and bring back my bar. But Jeweled Pomegranate was pretty good, and I had that in the basement. It has like mandarin, low-level spices, pomegranates, juiciness. Really reminds me of a Christmas punch bowl, honestly. Very nice. Enjoyed it down there. Nothing to write home about. I think I'm done with that scent. I might have another half a clam hiding somewhere. All right, one of my favorite mixes from the whole November-December season, truth you leave it, was Winter's Eve, which I now have in bars and half of a brick, with iced pine. These two together gives me what I wanted Winter's Eve to be, so that's pretty much how I'm going to use it. This is a beautiful winter cologne scent, and I really like it. And probably going into like February and March, I won't add the iced pine because the weather will change and it'll be better by itself. It's got bergamot, it's got evergreens, it's got like a deep woody woodsiness. But around Christmas time, I wanted it to smell like pine. So iced pine with it is a home run for me. And iced pine is super strong pine with a little bit of peppermint. I mix these 1 cube to 1 cube. I'm absolutely addicted. This is one of my favorite mixes that I've come up with in the last 6 months. All right, another day. This one saved its life in my club. Love and Happiness. Last time I melted this, I didn't like it. And I'm like, I love this bar. What is wrong with me? Just not the right day, not the right space, not the right weather. Put it in the basement. It went for 2 days. It was gorgeous. It's got like this chestnut, and this sounds awful, but like this warm powdery note. It sounds disgusting. It's so good. Plus vanilla. It was perfect for the basement. This is going to be great January, February, March. It's in my bi-monthly club, and it isn't coming out. You have to be so careful, you guys. If you get a bad melt day and you're like, yeah, I'm going to get rid of that, you're going to regret it later. Be very careful. Always reevaluate your club bars before you pull them. Hendrix. Right before Christmas, I did Hendrix in the basement again. So beautiful. This is such a good warm scent. Oh, one of my favorite masculines. And it's a lot like Satin Sheets with much more complexity. So it's got tobacco flower and patchouli and pink peppercorn and all this other stuff in it. Again, this is not my husband's type of cologne, but man, I wish it was. It's so, so good. Just warm and amazing. This was last year's extra bonus Bring Back My Bar when we had that extra special 10, and I'm so glad it was in there. All right, and this is a new brick. I haven't started on this one. I think I was using cubes of my bar. Caramel Chestnut is still at the top of my list, other than Sweet Orange and Evergreen, as just the most wonderful scent, and I'll be melting this when the weather's cold. I'll be melting it with Toasted Acorn and Oak. I think I did it with Autumn Glaze Maple. It was fantastic. Just the best roasty toasty chestnut scent ever, and it's very good with, and I did buy more bars, I just didn't show you guys the haul because it was Christmas and it was crazy, of the spiced apple chestnut. That mixed with this was amazing, so I hauled a few more bars of that so I can mix that all winter and next fall winter. This was a very long what I have been warming. I hope that you guys are enjoying your Bring Back My Bars. Feel free to ask me any questions. I've gotten emails. Thank you for everyone who put together one of those last minute clubs on my website before January 1st. I hope you love all your bars, and I hope you love your Bring Back My Bars too. God bless. Bye-bye.